Hey guys, welcome back to Waters Family Homestead. Alrighty, so I came out and I picked the garden, which today all I got was squash. I didn't pick any zucchini. There's half a dozen or more zucchini that could be picked, but they could also get a little bit bigger, so I'm going to leave them. And I picked a couple of squash that had been there a while. They just wasn't getting any size to them, and the color got really dark, so like dark orange or whatever. I went ahead and picked those, and then I had 6 or 8 at least that were good size to pick. So, and there's more. I just if it can wait, I'm letting it wait, because I've got a lot of squash in the refrigerator, and you know, I'm giving it to my boss, I'm giving it to my sister. I've got to get into the canning parts, what I got to do. But anyway, I'm just happy I can grow food. That's the big thing. There you go, guys. That's 2 days worth. I didn't get any zucchini today. That was yesterday. There's 5 or 6 that could be picked, but I'd rather let them get a little bit bigger. So there you go. And if y'all can hear Louie, he wants attention. I see a wasp. It's probably in that old heater. I don't know. Usually when I see them land, I'll grab my spray and spray them, but he went down in something a minute ago, and I don't know where he is. So, but this is the wasp spray that I'm using right now, Wasp and Hornet, and it's safe around pets and people. So, powered by plants. So it seems to work pretty good. I've only sprayed one wasp with it. One big red wasp was building a nest over on the other side, as far away as it could get from those artificial hornet nests, but it was building a nest. So Reed and I waited till dark, and then I went out there with this spray and sprayed it, and it took it a 15-20 seconds, but it did kill it. So all right, I've got to get the chickens fed, but I wanted to show y'all the baby chicks were up at the fence like the adult hens normally do. And I'm gonna flip this around so y'all can see them, okay? So you see the little mama hen or the little barnyard mix hen walking, but all 7 of the baby chicks are moving around. There's one still in the pen, but I'm gonna get some chicken scratch. And throw a little bit out there. So let me zoom back out. I don't want, try and do it left-handed, y'all. I'm not good doing anything left-handed. But let me throw this into the pen and see if they run like they normally do, or if they go after the corn. There we go. One of them ran after the corn. So there we go. They're learning. They are learning. There's still one. There he comes. There he comes out of the chicken pen. Hey, he come out running and turned around and ran back. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but it's funny how they point their head and run like they're in a race. And then they'll stop and go the other direction. But you see what I'm met with. They follow me till I throw them some scratch. And then they do it again after the scratch is gone. Oh my goodness. All right. So I've actually given them a little bit more scratch the last few days, because they've been laying pretty well. I've been getting 14 to 18 eggs a day. And when they're laying better, I give them a little bit more scratch as a treat. When they're not laying very well, I barely give them any, just enough to get their attention. That's it. So, now I try to throw it in pretty much a different spot. Sorry, I'm switching hands. I try to throw it in different spot every day. I don't throw it to the same spot so they don't just wear out that one place. But Lord have mercy, we've had so much rain this past weekend. I don't need to. We're supposed to have gotten some yesterday, and they're forecasting more tomorrow. So I'm not going to water again today. Put this lid on. I'm not going to water again today, and it's just, everything out here is just saturated. We've had so much. We had a little over 4¼ inches of rain, but let me flip around and let y'all watch it. See, they enjoyed it, Scratch. And like I say, I have not went in to look for the eggs or anything. I did completely fill all feeders yesterday, so I know they don't have to have feed today, but I'll probably take a bucket of feed in with me when I collect the eggs. But I got an issue. So y'all know I've had a light in this first pen for the baby chicks, and that light is still on. I went in there yesterday and I forgot to check it before it got dark on me. That light is barely, I mean, you can see just enough light coming out of it to go, okay, it is on, but it's not burning like it's supposed to. So I don't know if it's the bulb. I don't know if there's something going on with the power out here or what. I know it gets power from the same place my well gets power. And I haven't had a problem with the well. The well's working like it's supposed to. So I'm just wondering what's going on with that. I'm going to have to take that lamp out of there and plug it up at the house and see if it works or if there's something going on with that bulb. But either way, I do have another one that I can put in there. So they really don't need the heat. We're into the upper 60s at night, and we're into the upper 80s and 90-ish during the day. So sometimes over 90. So I'm not going to worry about changing it, but when I bring this next set of 6 baby chicks out, they will need that light for heat for a few days, you know, or a week or two like this round did. But so far, I had 7 hatch out of the first incubator set. 1 hatched and didn't make it. But as far as once I got them out of the incubator into the brooder and outside into the pen, all 7 are doing extremely well. Now, I've had 6 hatch from this last time, and out of, I think, 8 fertile, all 6 of them are still doing great inside. So hopefully, if I can keep that ratio up, I'm going to keep running the incubator 1 set right behind the other. So the day I pull the last egg out, if it didn't hatch, you know, and dispose of it, I clean the incubator. I don't even turn it off. I pull the bottom out, clean the incubator, put it right back in there, get the water bottle filled back up, and I put 12 more eggs in it that day. I'm going to continue doing that until I can replace all 25 of these hens. And that does not mean 25 chickens. That means 25 of these hens. So you can usually tell if they're a rooster when they're about 2 months old, 2 to 3. So these are over a month and a half now, or pretty close to that. I'd say a month to 5 weeks, something like that. So the next set is, you know, just now a week old, a week in a few days. So I'm going to keep hatching and incubating baby chickens until I can replace all 25 of these hens. Those Rhode Island Reds have been a complete disappointment since I bought them from the guy I bought them from. And I've never had a set of Rhode Island Red hens lay as poorly as they have. So, all right. I'm going to go show y'all the seed trays. And I apologize, I wasn't looking at the camera and I got a little close. But I'm going to show y'all the seed trays and show you what sprouted the last couple days. So I took the top off of it. All right, so this is the one we're doing the seed potting soil experiment with. These 2 here that are so dark, that's the organic potting soil from Maine. And this is the Miracle-Gro that I've used. So nothing has sprouted yet. Of course, it's only been 3 days, I think, 3 or 4 days. And I don't expect them to sprout at 3 or 4 days. I've been leaving the lid on during the day, taking it off in the evening, and covering it back up before I go in. Now these, we're approaching around 12, 13 days. And this here is soybean. It needs to be transplanted because the lid won't fit on this anymore. I've got a little pepper that's popped up. Actually 2 of them. There was 2 seeds. So it's doing really, really good. Let me move so y'all can see. And then I've got a sugar pea that's come up, which I really don't know why I planted that. I'm not happy with the ones I've got. And I've got some basil that's come up. And now I've got a Japanese eggplant that's come up. So some of these are coming up So let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5, and I've already transplanted 4. So that's 9 out of 18 starter trays. So half of them have germinated and come up. The other half, not yet. I'm hoping they will in the next few days, but nothing I can do about it. This is the Miracle-Gro potting soil. This organic Maine potting soil, this stuff looks fantastic. It's nice and dark, and I'm expecting it to outperform the Miracle-Gro. But you know what? I may be wrong. Miracle-Gro may do better than it. I have no clue. Never tried it before. That's what this daily experiment is for. So that's a bug. I am going to do a short or a video. Every day that I do a video, I'll show y'all these. And the days I don't do a video, I'll do a short and include an update on this potting soil experiment, which one's better. So we're going to do that until they sprout and see which one does best. And once they sprout, how well do they grow and all that good stuff. So, all right, let me walk over here. I'm going to turn y'all around. The last short I did, came out this morning, was the tomato plants. So I'm going to get down here and trying to get level with them. That's about 1 foot tall, maybe 10 inches. Tomato plants come up there, and it just looks really good. The main trunk is nice and thick. This one is probably 8 to 10 inches tall, and the trunk on it looks nice and thick. And like I say, I added a lot of soil to these bags. So this one is probably 12 to 14 inches tall. I have to back away to get the whole thing in the camera. And the main trunk line on it looks really good. Another one that hasn't grown much. This one may get replaced, and that's fine. This one's grown a little bit, but again, it may get replaced because it's not taking off like I need it to. This one's got that little green stem in the middle, just not doing anything. So it's going to definitely get replanted when these other things sprout. And these little one here, it's 1 1/4 inch tall, 1.5 inches. It ain't doing nothing. It ain't doing nothing, so it's going to get replaced when these little seed cups sprout. This one never did come up, and I added more soil to it. This one's done, it's grown a bit, but it's got a ways to go. It may not get replaced, but it definitely needs to step it up. I am probably going to do some more tomato booster today, since we're, you know, pretty much a day without rain, thank goodness. This one was doing well, but I've really added a lot of soil to it, so it may get replaced as well. Look at the dragonfly. Ain't it pretty? Absolutely beautiful. I love dragonflies, y'all. They eat mosquitoes and gnats and flies, and I just absolutely love them. And this one is the one I'm most proud of. It was the smallest out of all of them, and it's in this little short grow bag. I thought for sure this thing would not make it, but I added some soil to it. I probably need to add a little more. And this thing, and I put some of that tomato booster on there, and this thing took off from 1 inch tall to this. It's probably 8 to 10 inches here, and like I say, I did add soil to it, so it was actually taller than that without adding the extra soil. So I'm really pleased with it. None of the other 8 grow bags have anything planted in them. They're not quite full. So with that being said, I plan on adding some more soil to those bags and mix it up really well. And then when we transplant from the seed trays over there into these grow bags, I'm hoping it's going to be a really good soil, and these plants will take off and produce a lot of tomatoes and peppers and such for me. So this is the sweet pea or sugar snap pea that I planted. Now these first 5 plants here did really well. And they've still got a lot of pea pods on there that I could pick and all. But this second bed here was something different. It's still an early pea, but a different type. The bushes never got big. They always seemed like they were lacking. I don't know. And there's another dragonfly right there on that tomato cage. But these plants just never did any good at all. So I'm definitely going to pull these 5 plants. It just ain't worth the effort with not getting really anything off of them. So I'm going to show y'all the zucchini up close, y'all. There's some hanging right down there, almost big enough to pick. And then a little one there above it. We got another little one right through there. We got a couple right down there. I've got several over here that are just about big enough to pick, and a couple over here, and one back here. But they could be a little bit bigger, and I don't need them in the house, so I'm just going to leave them on there. The squash the same way. You can see it's a lot less squash than what I did have, but there's still some growing, and I'm going to continue letting these things produce as long as they can, and then I'll pull them, and I've already got 4 more squash and 3 more zucchini planted. So there's going to be a lot more squash when those plants take off and start producing. So this bed was the carrots, and I've used most of that soil to put in the new grow bags. And this bed over here was the onions, and it did really well. I was actually thinking I may plant some more onions, but some of these seed cups are probably going to go in that bed. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. But let me show y'all one more. This zucchini definitely could have been picked today. There's one up under it, a little bit bigger. Let me see what y'all can see in the camera. There's 2 there. It's hard for me to hold the leaves out of the way and show y'all. I can't tell what you can see. But there's a couple down there. And there's some on this plant. See, there's one right there that's almost big enough to pick, and another one right here up under. So there's definitely more zucchini coming. So if y'all look, these blooms right here, y'all see that? That's a male. There's no fruit up under that bloom. That's a male. There's no fruit up under that bloom. Those are the male flowers. The female flowers have a little tiny fruit up under them. I noticed when I was looking this past weekend that there's a lot more male flowers than there are female. Now, some people say pinch those males off and it'll produce females. But I'm getting enough fruit right now, so I really don't need to do that. So, anywho, we'll flip this thing. All right, get the sun off of you so I can see, and maybe y'all can see. But I've actually got the camera flipped the other way today, so I can actually use my left hand to push the buttons and all that good stuff. But y'all tell me, should I go ahead and transplant that soybean or leave it in that little seed starter cup for a little bit longer? I've never grown it before, so I don't know. I was hoping that another, I'd have 2, that another plant would show up, would sprout, but I don't see another tag where I planted another one. So we're gonna let it go like it is. But I do have quite a bit more stuff planted. Listen to the frog. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get off here. Whew, made me look dark. There we go. Hey, hello. All right, I'm gonna get off here and get the chickens taken care of. I gotta go feed myself. I got a few other chores to do. I need to check Sparky's food and water. I basically check it every 3 or 4 days. His 5-gallon bucket lasts him a while, and his 25-pound feeder lasts him a week and a half in this kind of heat. So he doesn't need a whole lot. But I got chores to do, so I got to get busy, and I need to shut up. So thank y'all for watching. Remember what I've always told you. Jesus Christ loves you, and so do I. Y'all be safe. Be prepared. Grow some food. If I can do it, you can. Thank you.